One of the things that makes human beings distinct in the natural world is our ability to use tools. And tools you can think of as what's called a force multiplier. Okay? It takes some amount of energy or thought or effort, and the tool makes it bigger.
Sure, like a hammer or a computer.
Yeah, like a hammer. So yeah, you can pound on something with your fist, which probably hurt.
Yeah.
Or you can use a hammer to give more leverage and to concentrate that force on a smaller spot so you can do more with it. Okay? So a hammer is an example of a force multiplier. Okay? Something that amplifies the effect of, the force or the thought or the attention that you put into something.
Got it.
Now, in business, tools are critically important because tools are what allow us to amplify the effects of our
effort
on a larger scale. So, an example of in value delivery, a factory is a force multiplier. It allows you, instead of creating all of these things by hand, it allows you to automate it.
Makes sense.
A computer and the internet is a force multiplier for thought or for information, instead of...
Or the written word or...
hand cranking out or writing out all of these things. It allows you to multiply or amplify that effect, across a huge audience that you otherwise wouldn't have. So force multipliers are really important. And as a general rule, use the very best tools that you can afford, because those tools will amplify the results of your effort so much that even if they're expensive, more often than not, they end up being worth it because they amplify the results that you get from the effort you put in so much. Now, we'll talk about in finance. Sometimes tools are expensive. Tooling up a factory may run in the millions of dollars, and that's a big deal. Okay, and most of us probably don't have millions of that dollars sitting around in our checkbook just waiting to be spent on a factory.
True.
So financing becomes a really big deal sometimes. Sometimes it is best to either get investment or to get a loan or to get tools or infrastructure or things you otherwise wouldn't have access to.
Right.
That can often be a very smart decision. There are trade-offs and there are drawbacks to that, which we'll talk about in the finance section. But as a general rule, if you're going to get a loan, if you're going to get investment, make sure that what the money that you're using from those sources of funding are going to buy force multipliers that amplify the effect. So, for example, if you're like for this course, the tools that we're using, we have a computer and we have a camera and we have lights and we have a backdrop and those are the tools that we're using to provide this value. If we didn't have the tools, we couldn't provide the value. Right. Okay? So if we didn't have them, taking out a loan in order to get them to do these things ends up being a very smart decision. Now, if we decided to get a loan to buy groceries or pay rent on this place or, whatever, that's, more of a consumption instead of a tool type of thing.
That's not going to be generating.
Exactly. Yeah. That would be a different situation. So as a general rule, if you're getting investment, if you're taking out loans, make sure you're investing them in force multipliers that will actually allow you to amplify the results of what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Instead of just, living on borrowed money and borrowed time.